Where's John O'Connell at?
Here he is.
Oh, look
How
at
we
him.
how we doing, Coach?
What's up, brother? Look at you, man. Chilling in the car, getting a little Zen space for yourself so we can do this, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just someplace a little bit away from everything, clear the mind.
Dude, your beard's looking freaking on point. You got long hair. What's up, man? We hanging out or what?
I'm at the party, man.
I love it, dude. I love it. How old are you?
So actually, I just turned 40 last Friday. Celebrating the birthday this weekend. I actually have like a whole schedule planned out. I have friends visiting from out of town, trying to really make the most of it, man.
Dude, that's awesome. I cannot believe you. Dude, you look like you're like, I would have really thought like 28-ish, right? Where's the, where's
I
the,
will
uh,
absolutely take that.
where's the freaking fountain of youth, man? Jeez, I need some of that. I saw myself the last episode and I'm like, well, don't ever grow out a beard. You look 65. I look like I was freaking old. I'm gonna keep clean shaven. So where are you calling from?
I'm from Rochester, New York.
Oh yeah, okay, cool, cool. That's cool. I was playing in it's not close, but I was playing in Brooklyn. I got to tell you a funny story. I'm playing Buffalo Bills national anthem for a playoff game on my trumpet. I don't know if you know this, but this was a couple of years ago.
I saw some clips. I was like, damn, I wish I'd been at that game.
And so we were trying to get out, man. It was like the blizzard, right? It was like crazy. I was introduced to the lake effect. I actually understand now what the lake effect is. And watching the storms pass through and the airports were shut down, the city was shut down, and uh, and we were all trying to get out. I was there kind of with my crew, and we couldn't get out. Nothing was leaving, and I was just like, you know what? I'm going to pay $200 for an Uber to take me to the Rochester airport. And so I called the airlines. I was flying first class, and I was like, you guys, it was a good ticket to try to change, right? So I was like, I need for you guys to fly me out of Rochester, and they were like, okay, because I saw the lake effect was missing Rochester. Friggin' went to Rochester. And it was 20 degrees and sunny, and I flew out of the Rochester airport. That's a cool airport, man. That's like, actually, wait, is it the Rochester airport that has a bourbon bar? Have you been to the Rochester airport or not?
I think they do. I know they also have like the little museum of play kind of set up with like the
Yeah.
arcade games and everything.
Yeah, I could not believe it. Dude, they have this bar in there, and it had all these. I mean, I'm a huge bourbon collector, and my buddy, the people that went with me ran, they co-host the channel, right? And I couldn't believe it. It was like, this is crazy that this bar is in friggin' Rochester. Okay, anyway, sorry, I digress. Okay, so I'm going to ask you some questions. Welcome to the Dragon Slayer tribe, man. Um,
Yes.
I'm very reclusive. I don't do events. I'm doing a rock band tour just for this semester, and then I'm going to go back to my, being, I'm actually really introverted. People do not realize this. I'm introverted until I have to perform, and then I just become super extroverted. Anyway, but I mean, seriously, like it's really cool because I'm not doing these again. I'm telling you, I'm like this great to do, but I'm only doing 200 of these, and so I just want to say good job jumping on this and allowing us to spend time today.
Absolutely, man. As soon as I saw that go up, I was like, this is what I've been waiting for. Like I've said to like my girlfriend so many times, like I just want a coach nickname so badly.
You're gonna get it, man. We're gonna find the right one for you because I literally, I'm always giving nicknames. I've been giving nicknames for 30 years to my friends, and they've become exponentially cooler the more history that I study. And my first nickname I ever gave somebody was a friend of mine. He had a horrible temper, and his name was Christian Sereno. Terrible temper, rubbed off on me. We were roommates. But I called him C4, because he's like a dynamite and his first name was Christian. So, but as I study mythology and all these cool things, it's like they start coming to me and they become cooler. Anyway, but when I said those nicknames out there, I gave more. But I said those nicknames and then, it just went viral and I had thousands of people ask me for requests. And the Cameo wasn't cutting it. I got to tell people that I can't give you a nickname on Cameo because I have to get to know you. So
Yeah,
it's super cool. And you're going to get the best one. I'm going to figure it out. It's going to come to me from the heavens as we're talking. Okay. So tell me what you do for work, first of all.
okay, so I work for a John Deere dealership. I sell parts over the counter. I'm involved heavily with like the research for like the aftermarket element though. Like all the salesmen will kind of come to me for like this area of the state, and I will get them quotes together for all of like undercarriage parts. Try to a little bit of a researcher.
Cool. Cool. Okay. And do you have any kids? You never been married?
I've been married once, didn't quite
Ooh,
work out, but still believe in the power of love and all that. No kids, no kids, four cats. One of them's my
okay. There.
roommates, but still, we cat dad over here.
Okay. Cool. Cool. I didn't get married. I said when I first went on Survivor, they said, "Are you married?" Nope. You have kids? Nope. You ever want? Nope. Nope. I was like adamant about it. And if it happens for you, great. If it does happen, it's as you get older, I think you appreciate time more. And so if I would have gotten married in my 20s or 30s, it would have been a disaster. I didn't get married and start having kids till I was 40, and it was the right time. And that's life, right? The right time, right place for the right reasons. And if you do those three things, brother, then God and creator of the universe, whatever you believe in, is going to just bless you in spades. So just a little perspective, a little coachism for you there, in addition to the nickname. All right. So what would you say, just like, let's talk about your personality a little bit. Would you say what grounds you in your personality? First thing that you think about, what is your favorite thing about your character?
I feel like I am very observant. I'm kind of quiet. I take in a lot. I listen, but I feel like it gives me a really good read on people's character and their just I don't know who they are and where they kind of stand. Not that I, feel like, okay, I've talked to you for 5 minutes, I know your personality, but I feel like when you spend time with people, if you take more time to listen, you kind of just get a better feel for maybe some of those ineffable qualities.
That's awesome, by the way. That's really, really cool. What about greatest weakness?
I'm a firm believer that sometimes your greatest strengths are your weaknesses. Sometimes I feel like due to that, sometimes I maybe come off as a little bit meek, or maybe I don't really like speak at times when I should. But that is something that I've tried to work on as I've like gotten older. One of those things where it's like, okay, I'm turning 40. I want to be a little bit more assertive while also not losing what makes me me. It's an interesting balance. I think that we're all on those personal journeys of like our strengths versus our weaknesses and trying to mitigate those.
I like that. I mean, that's actually really wise, dude. And also, you say that sometimes your strengths are also your weaknesses. I never actually thought about it like that. That's interesting. We're all trying to find that balance inside that yin and that yang as you study. And if you're in China, not yang, but yang, and you look at that, right? Our balance, our organs are male and female, and you're looking at your personality and trying to make your weaknesses your strengths. And it's a journey, right? It's a journey. I got to say that the man I was at 38, looking at myself on Survivor, I'm like, dang, I take myself too seriously, and I got to lighten up, and I might come across as too arrogant, and it was really good. It was really good to because I think I was maybe stagnating. I had too many victories in life. I was slaying championship after championship on the soccer field and starting a symphony, and like I just had a lot of success. And to be humbled and fired from my job, and my soccer career was like in the tank, reputation was shot. It was a great moment to just say, yeah, this is what I needed. I think adversity, right? We learn more in adversity and going through trials and tribulations than we do when we're on the mountaintop. In your friend group, what would you say you look for first top quality? If I give you three, they're all important, but
Yeah.
if
Um,
you,
I like hanging around with people that are thoughtful. Um, not to say that they have to be like, very studious, but somebody that is a little bit grounded. I do just appreciate a real grounded person. At the same time, I like people that are I like characters. I like people that are funny. I mean, who doesn't? Who doesn't like being around somebody that's gonna kind of make you laugh a little bit? And I
mm,
think a big thing for me is also reliability. The older I get too, you know, you meet a lot of people. You're gonna have a lot of people come and go in your life, and the reliable people, the people that stick around, I think that that's where you find your truest companionship.
mm, yeah, for sure, for sure. I like that. Um, Tell me something. Just thinking about like the future and everything. 10 years from now, like ideally, where would you see yourself?
You know, I've always struggled with trying to really like forecast the future, but I feel like I'd like to see myself doing what I'm doing now, but just more refined and just a more solid, complete version of myself.
Mm, mm.
I feel like right now I'm happy with the path that I'm on, but
Mm.
it's still a journey, and I'm nowhere close to perfection. But I mean, that's the point. I mean, it's a journey. You're never going to get there.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Love language. What's like the number one love language for you?
My love language, words of affirmation. I feel like, I like to speak real sweet to my companion. And I guess touch a lot too. I feel like that is the big differentiator between like a loving kind of thing versus something a little bit more platonic. I'm not really touchy with my platonic friends, but you know, uh, much more so with those that I'm, intimate with.
Got it. And I'm gonna get. I'm gonna ask you a list of things. Okay.
Yeah.
It's actually from a Bible verse, and but pick one that like you were born with. Okay. So love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, gentleness, self-control. I'll repeat them again. Okay. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, gentleness, self-control.
I'm gonna go with joy here. I'm gonna go with joy here. I feel like joy is just it's so important. And I don't know. I feel like in my life I've like had some struggles, but I feel like I've been able to kind of like overcome a lot of those through embracing kind of like the joy of life and leaving behind the baggage. So I feel
Mm,
like joy is what I strive for. That's what I feel like I relate to the most.
I like it. I like it, man. It's cool. If I could pound you, I'd pound you because this joy is something that's underestimated. I wake up every morning, ecstatic to be alive. I just, I've been blessed with that joy, and it's something it's sad when I see somebody that doesn't have that, because life is a journey, but it's also going to be ups and downs, and you got to look at it half full, right? I mean, I actually look at my glass as like 95% full. So, even when the bad times are happening, I'm like, this is happening for a reason. We are forging my character, or I'm being disciplined to knock out some character flaw in my life. And so, it's cool. It's great to hear you talk like that, man. You got a super cool vibe. I love it. It's calm and it's chill, but it's also grounded and powerful. If you just, my 2 cents worth. But I do have a great nickname for you. Okay, we're gonna send you a scroll. You're gonna have a recording of this whole thing. You can do whatever you want to with it. You can post it online. You can throw it away. You can do whatever with the recording of it. Okay, don't throw the scroll away. I wish I could tell you I got it from some ancient cave in Macedonia, but unfortunately it will be weathered paper. But I can't tell you the origin of it. Okay. So this actually is a multi-layered nickname, and so I'm going to give it to you, and then you just got to have let it like sink in around everything, okay? But it's called the Frost Warden, and of course the warden is almost like a modern day sheriff, right? It's like a keeper of sorts, almost like the old druids that were keepers of knowledge, but you're a keeper of something else. And so the Frost Warden is calm, sometimes distant. They're abstract in their thinking, but they're patient enough to let their rivals or other people that are on the extremity kind of freeze themselves out. Calm in speaking, sometimes underestimated, but once they get set on a path, they're so deeply rooted in themselves and also their journey that they cannot be uprooted.
I love that, man.
So there you have it, dude.
Hell yeah. I'm going to embrace it. I'm so excited to like tell all my friends at my birthday thing. Like, yes, the Frost Warden
Right.
officially.
I love it. I love it, dude. You're super cool, man. I hope that you have joy that continues in your life, and also that the right grounding for love, if that happens on your journey. I think you're going to be awesome at being that ideal person.
I appreciate that, coach. Thanks, man.
Awesome to talk to you, brother.
Same, same.
If I do a rock concert in Rochester, I expect for you to be there.
Oh, 100%.
So have an awesome day, man.
You too. Take it easy,
Okay.
sir.
All right. Bye.